let me tell you the difficult life story of a woman whose works made this world a little more kind, emotional, and most of all, free. Forough Farrokhzad was an Iranian poet, filmmaker, and voice of female liberation in mid-20th century Iran. She is considered one of the most influential female Persian poets of the 20th century, and her works often focused on themes of love, freedom, and social justice. Farrokhzad's poems and films challenged traditional gender roles and celebrated individuality and self-expression. Forough Farrokhzad was born in Tehran in 1935. At 16, she married Parviz Shapur, a satirist and cartoonist who was 15 years her senior. Farrokhzad then continued her education with courses in painting and sewing and moved to Ahvaz with her husband. A year later, she gave birth to her only child, son Kamyar. After 3 years of marriage, Farrokhzad separated from her husband, who got custody of the child. She never got over this loss. After a nervous breakdown, she moved back to Tehran to devote herself fully to poetry. In the same year, she published her first volume, Captured, in which she expressed her personal feeling of hopelessness. Because of the separation from her husband and the publication of controversial poems, she quickly became the focus of negative attention and open rejection. In 1956, she spent 9 months in Europe, where she worked on her second socio-critical volume of poetry, The Wall, which was printed in the same year. In 1958, she took a job as an assistant at Golestan Film Studio. It was here that she met filmmaker and writer Ibrahim Golestan, who encouraged her to express herself. Thus, Farrokhzad became a unique director, influencing many filmmakers, such as Abbas Kiarostami. In the same year, she published another volume of socio-critical poetry. The fact that Ibrahim Golestan was married led to another scandal in literary circles, which led Farrokhzad to attempt suicide in 1960. In 1962, Farrokhzad moved to Tabriz, where she, at her own risk, shot the 20-minute documentary The House is Black in the Leprosarium Behkade Raji, which was built in 1961 as a self-sufficient independent village. During the 12 days of shooting, she developed an affection for the child of a leprous couple, the boy Hussein Mansouri, whom she later adopted. In 1964, she published her 4th volume of poetry, in which she addressed her grief over transience and which she saw as the beginning of her actual poetry. 1967, Farrokhzad died at the age of 32 as a result of a traffic accident. To avoid colliding with a school bus, her vehicle swerved and crashed into a rock wall. The poet's tomb is located in Tehran. Now more than ever, it must be stressed that Farrokhzad's compelling, poetic, and personal voice needs greater attention to better understand gender relations, the story of the Iranian people, and women all over the world. However, this is only a very brief and incomplete recollection of a very rich life, and after all, there is just one path to get to know a poet.
در شب کوچک من افسوس باد با برگ درختان میادی دارد. در شب کوچک من دلهره ویرانی است. گوش کن، وزش ظلمت را میشنوی؟ من غریبانه به این خوشبختی مینگرم. من به نومیدی خود معتادم. گوش کن، وزش ظلمت را میشنوی؟ در شب اکنون چیزی میگذرد. ماه سرخ است و مشوش و بر این بام که هر لحظه در او بیم و فرو ریختن است، ابرها همچو انبوه عزاداران لحظه باریدن را گویی منتظرند. لحظه‌ای و پس از آن هیچ. پشت این پنجره شب دارد می‌لرزد و زمین دارد باز می‌ماند از چرخش. پشت این پنجره یک نامعلوم نگران من و توست. ای سراپایت سبز، دستهایت را چو خاطره سوزان در دستان عاشق من بگذار و لبانت را چون حسی گرم از هستی به نوازش‌های لب‌های عاشق من بسپار. باد ما را با خود خواهد برد. باد ما را با خود خواهد برد.